All right, so this goes to show that banks are just as shady as car dealers, maybe even worse. So this article goes on to talk about how the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has found auto lenders that have kept money that they should have paid back to consumers that is tied into what's called power booking by car dealers. So what's power booking? So power booking is when a car dealer sends an application over to a lender and they lie about the equipment on the car. They say that it's got a moonroof or it's got leather interior or something like that, something to increase the value. So when the deal gets sent over to the lender, it looks like a better deal to the bank. Maybe it's because of loan to value, or it can be done just to increase profits by the car dealer. Okay, so it's illegal. It still goes on in the car business, unfortunately, by unscrupulous dealers. But what's happening is this. So these lenders are finding these dealers that have power booked vehicles, right? So they're saying, okay, well, you lied to us about the equipment on the car, so we gave you a loan for X amount of dollars based on that value of that car. However, we realize now through customer interviews and some other sources that they have other avenues that the vehicle may not have had all those options. Okay, so they're doing what's called charging back the dealer. So they're sending a charge back to the dealer, which usually requires the dealer to cut a check back to the lender in the amount that they lied about the value or power booked the car. Okay, it does happen by accident occasionally too, but when dealers get caught doing this, they happily write a check back to the lender, say, you know what, our mistake, don't cut us off, don't get us in any trouble, we messed up. So they'll cut a check back to the lender. Now, if that lender gets a check back to the dealer, lowering basically their exposure on that loan with the consumer, due to the loan amount or whatever. What should happen is that lender should then go to that automotive loan for that consumer and they should cut back the amount financed and how much interest is paid on the vehicle that was figured at the higher value. So the amount of interest figured on the loan, when it was securitized, was X amount of dollars. That was based off of a higher dollar amount of sale because the vehicle had a higher value due to the power booking. However, the lenders were not doing this. They were getting a check back from the dealer, therefore decreasing and minimize their risk on the loan and putting them in a better position on the loan because they got a refund back from the dealer. They should have then went back and decreased the amount of interest that was going to be charged on that loan due to the fact that it was lower because they got a check back from the dealer that would go against a loan. So their exposure there was a little bit less. So they should have went back and readjusted the interest on that loan at the lower amount. However, the lenders were not doing that. So they were in essence getting money back from a dealer, minimizing their exposure on the loan, and then they should have went back and took the interest that was figured at the higher dollar amount finance and reduced the loan or reduced the interest amount on that loan that the consumer should pay in their payment or whatever. However, they were not doing that. Now you'd like to say, oh, it was an oversight or something like that, but these people make billions of dollars by being accurate with money, by being accurate in how much their exposure is on loans, auto loans, whatever it is. So believe me, they have the controls in place that would have allowed them to catch this, and they should have went back and done the right thing and adjusted the amount of interest paid by the consumer on the lower dollar amount. However, they didn't. So again, you'd like to think that it was an oversight, but banks don't normally make oversights when it comes to their money, their exposure and the risk, and the interest that they're going to collect on a loan. So kind of a goofy situation here that just came out today. And I thought I should share it with you guys. So for more content like this, hit the like, hit the follow, and I'll keep it coming.